Yeah, by all means. Thank you. No worries. Whereabouts would you like to sit?
Yep, that's fine.
Oh.
Hello, I'm Simon Decker.
Oh, awesome. You're the bloke my other half is, well, say other half of my ex wants to see. But, right, I'm here today. Kim, obviously, there's issues. Since me and you last spoke, I mean, it was about 2 years ago, wasn't it? Me and you actually sat down for a conversation. Didn't end particularly well. I ended up turning around to Kim and saying, I'm not pulling my son, because at the time you were on about a managed transfer for Harry. He was pretty constantly, wasn't it, in all fairness? About transferring Harry out because you can't cope or manage with him, despite the fact you're a SEN registered school. Yeah? Mm-hmm. And Harry does have a special need.
Yep.
Which you told me many times, Harry doesn't have a special need.
Yep, he's been diagnosed with ASD.
He's now been diagnosed with ASD. Yes, cool. Awesome, that's why me and you don't talk. That was the first thing. Second thing, where was it? It was really about, why you're still having problems now with Harry. I mean, I put it down to, first off, I mean, I come up here and I was a bit rude, I suppose, Mr. Decker took him. I basically said to her, you're not very good at your job and it's quite amusing watching you fail. Inside of a year, Mr. Decker, you've got your picture in the local newspaper for failing another child with autism. That's fair to say.
So your opinion.
Well, that's what happened. I wasn't expecting you to accept. I said that as kind of like a dig.
Okay,
I wasn't expecting you to have your picture in the local paper failing another child with autism. Then I put it down to, I looked at Kim originally, Mr. Decker, because I was coming up here once a week at least to deal with issues regarding Harry, at which point I was told, Kim came across quite condescending. We were talking about how we deal with Harry. Sometimes it depends on the situation, is basically what it came down to. If he's kicked off in the classroom about whatever the subject is, how you deal with him then is a completely different way in which you deal with him outside. Kim didn't appear to understand where I was coming from, so instead of looking at Harry, I started looking at Kim. Our last school was Thames View, which ended up being, it wasn't special measures, requiring an improvement.
Mr. Williams, we are here to discuss an incident that happened this week.
Yes, no, it was last week. No, I'm just making sure I'm covering all the bases that I've missed in the time that I haven't spoke to you. Because in that time, you've had to go and have many, exclusions. You excluded Harry God knows how many times. And then all the exclusion paperwork came back.
In September this year.
Then it all came back, and then it all had to go again, and you've got to have 3 meetings with different boards of governors.
That's right, yeah.
Because
there's procedures to go through.
Because the paperwork wasn't done correctly in the first place.
Procedures to go through.
Yeah, cool. Last week then, let's go about this. Now we know that Harry's got a fight or flight issue and that these issues have been going on for quite a while. What risk assessment did you take on Wednesday?
We risk assessed and made sure there was a one-to-one in place for him.
Was it his usual one-to-one?
No, but it's his usual classroom one-to-one.
So you had to do one-to-one who started...
No, it wasn't a new one-to-one. It was somebody that's always in the classroom that he knows well, and if Miss Hansford isn't here, he's always used her.
Was she on a bicycle with Harry on the day in question? Was any of the grown-ups?
She was with him on the bikeability, and the grown-ups taking the course on bicycles.
But they weren't on bicycles. No, well, not Thursday they weren't. Not Wednesday or Thursday they weren't. Friday morning they were.
They come.
Friday morning.
Come with their bikes.
I saw them Friday with their bikes. The man and the woman.
What's your point, Mr. Williams?
My point is that you've allowed. You have lost my son. I was round my ex's house unloading 10 tonne of crap out the back of my van because she had to run her car down to get MOT. Mm-hmm. So I've taken. She's gone down with the car, dropped her off, come back. I'm unloading out the van. Yeah. Next thing I know, one of your teachers has knocked on the door.
That's right. I asked them to come and see Miss Jefford.
Kirsty, Miss Jefford and your teacher have then disappeared. Yes. I know nothing about what's going on still, so I've carried on unloading my van.
Yes.
5 minutes went past, knock at the door.
Yeah.
Why are there 2 policemen standing at my door? Are you Mr. Williams? Yes, I'm Mr. Williams. You got a son called Harry? Yes, I do. The school have managed to lose your son.
We didn't manage to lose your son. Your son absconded from the bikeability course that he was
So you didn't have the correct safety measures in place to prevent Harry from absconding?
We risk assessed, we put a one-to-one in place with him, and Harry decided to leave the bikeability course.
So you thought...
He was followed, and he was in eyesight of the adults at all times, but he was refusing to follow instructions. We tried several times to get Miss Jefford on the phone. We found the mobile number and the home number. We couldn't get hold of Miss Jefford, so for his safety, we called the police. And that is what I would do again, Mr.
Right,
Williams.
so that happened, the same incident happened again like that on Thursday involving another child
I'm
that
not
you lost.
discussing another
Either way, you
child.
managed to lose another child on Thursday
I'm
and the
not
police weren't
discussing
phoned.
another child.
The police
I'm
weren't
not
phoned. Is
discussing
that
another
because
child.
you've got Ofsted coming in?
No, I'm
Is that why you didn't? Is that why you didn't phone
I'm
the
not
police? And it would
prepared
look
to
quite
discuss another
bad on
child.
yourself and your school, wouldn't it? If you've got 2 children inside of 2 days, Kim, that's not great.
I'm not embarrassed about what happened, and I refuse to discuss another child with you.
No worries, don't discuss it. My point is simple: that Wednesday you lost a child, Thursday you lost a child. It's not looking great. That's my point. Where are we? Monday today. No. Oh yeah, bowling today. What was the issue with bowling today?
As with every trip that Harry goes on, Mum accompanies him on a trip. So she was asked to accompany him on the trip.
No, she was asked to take him down there. Make sure you word this right, Kim,
And
because
that's
he
what
was
she's-
asked.
That's what she's done
Kirsty was
before.
asked. Yes, that was to the swimming pool. Splashes, 2 minutes round the
So
corner.
any trip that she
This
goes
is a
on, she's been
bowling
asked to do
alley
that.
to drive him there
Yeah.
with no funding, despite the fact you get paid for a 1-to-1 to look after my son.
We don't
yes,
get paid for a one-to-one.
yes, you
to
do.
look after- No, we
you
don't.
get
Mr.
paid.
Williams.
You get funded for my son
we
who
don't.
has no.
No, we don't.
So you're refusing to. So you
we
don't.
do
you
not get, we do
you
not
don't
get
no funding
paid
at all.
for a one-to-one for Harry.
No?
We do not get paid one-to-one for funding for Harry, no.
That's pretty packed, isn't it? So why has Kirsty got to go in her car? Why can't she go in the school bus with
We
Harry?
offered her the school bus when she
That was at
turned up.
11:30.
I didn't
At
know she couldn't
11:30.
go
You'd
and
already
take
been
him.
told on Friday. She's already spread me the text message from Sullivan Stanley, I think his name is, saying, no, unless you're prepared to attend Harry down there and he's under your supervision, not ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the
Yeah,
school were
because
there
that's a risk
refusing.
assessment
So
when
the school were refusing.
Absolutely, because that's a risk assessment because he takes himself off. So in order for him not to be excluded from the activity, we allow Mum to come with him.
At a cost to her. The only way that
When
Harry's
she
included,
told us that
the
she had
only
no car
Harry's
today-
only included when Mum can drive.
If Mum had come to me and told me that she had a problem with
She
that,
did, I believe she did. In fact, I think it says here. Oh no, no, that was on Wednesday. No, yeah, I say she did tell you that the
No,
car was
I
at the
haven't been in
duff.
school for 2
I'm
days,
sure it
Mr.
was.
Williams, and she turned up at 11:30, and I was expecting her to take Harry to the bowling. I then heard from Mrs. Gordon that she was saying that she couldn't take him to the bowling.
Because the
So I
car was
said, "That's
stuff. We
no
told
problem.
Mrs. who's
That's
Harry's
no
1-to-1.
problem. If you let me finish, I said that's no problem. The minibus can come back and pick up Miss Jefford and Miss
So
and
the
Harry.
children already down at Rochester in Shrewsbury Bowling, yeah? Will
We've
then
had
have
to
to
take
wait.
seven-
Will then have to wait, will they? Yeah?
They've already done that this morning. We've had to take it in 2 goes.
Oh, you've all got to sit here and let everyone else play a game. You're not allowed to play until the rest of the class turn up,
That's
yeah?
what we've already done.
That's
yes,
what you've
they've
done.
they've been occupied by other things whilst they're waiting for the whole class to come. Yeah.
You got to understand, it looks a bit bad.
No,
on
I'm
yourself.
quite happy with the actions I've taken.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fair enough. No worries. Oh, is there anything else you wanted to discuss then?
Oh, well, you wanted the meeting.
Yes,
Mr.
of course it did.
Williams,
I haven't seen you for 2 years since
No.
the time that I've seen you.
See you,
It's gone
Mr.
from
Williams.
Harry going, no, it's 2. The last time I turned up
It was
here,
last summer.
Miss Bell was his teacher.
Yeah, it was last summer that we spoke.
And the last time that we spoke, I came in here to deal with Harry getting excluded.
Mr.
Was
Williams,
it
it's
Learns
absolutely
Alone
fine.
line?
Sorry?
It was words along them lines, wasn't it? Last year I came in here and I sat down there and you were telling Harry off about something, and by that stage I was done with you because you lied to me about working at Thamesview. When a parent asks you...
I haven't lied to you about working at Thamesview, Mr.
Yes, you
Jefford.
did.
What did I say
Mr.
to
Williams, I turned round to you and I said, Kim, you're a
Mrs. Wilmer, please.
deputy head teacher at Thamesview.
Yeah.
No, Mr. Williams, I never worked there. Until I turned my phone round. Do you remember
Oh
that?
my goodness, no, what you
Oh,
said
Mrs.
was
Robertson
that,
was here.
That what you said is that the Ofsted was inadequate.
No, I
That's
didn't.
what you said. You
Nothing to do with
I've
Ofsted.
never denied
When did
working
I
at
ever say?
Thamesview.
Yes, you did. That's
Oh my
why I
goodness,
pulled
and
you up on
walked
this.
Up with the
I
Ofsted
pulled you up
inspection.
this.
It's fine.
What do you mean?
Mr. Williams, it's fine. I have written evidence of what happened that day.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Jolly good. From you and Mrs. Robson, I assume.
Any member of staff that was here at the
Well,
time.
they were the only 2 who were here.
And the staff that were on the desk at the time when you showed them the Ofsted report.
What's the report?
Thames years. But I'm not getting into a silly little argument about it, Mr. Williams. I'm happy and proud of the work I did at Thames Year.
Awesome.
Is there anything else you'd like to discuss?
No,
today?
nothing at all. Thank you very much.
And did you record?